Okay, guys, I just switched it over to low latency, so hopefully it's a lot smoother to stream. I'm just watching this, so if you follow this plan, 297 was the short. This again, the Trump pump, and then we have a lower high, right? So essentially, we're saying it doesn't break out here today. It's going to come back to the bottom, which is a lower high, higher low. Again, we have a lot of time here today. It would be really ironic if this ran up because America's hit what? Let me just check JHU, the coronavirus map. I think the count right now is 741,000 total, the world, and 143 in America. And the tally numbers don't come out for an hour and a half here. Like, I don't understand who's actually buying this. Like, other than big funds coming in and buying it cheap, who's looking at this? Especially, I'm looking at middle class America who's at home from the quarantine. I'm thinking about a male, females, 40, 50 plus that have these 401ks, that have trading accounts, that are buying. Why are they buying? Are the prices cheap? Right? They're doubling down on positions they have, they exit, or they're acquiring new positions. But how does someone look at that bullishly while we're in, right? We just don't have the selling. That's it. We don't have any more sellers. That's why the market's going up. No one is selling. And if anyone is selling, the Fed is absorbing all of that sell through the treasury notes, giving them cash. Dude, we're on the verge of breakout here. On the verge of breakout. This is very dangerous if you're shorting, but I think today it won't break out. I don't think that high from yesterday is going to be, sorry, high on Friday is going to be violated. But we'll see here. If it does, we be stopped out, and then we can look for another trade. Again, I hate the 5 minute map because everything looks like it's moving so fast. But hourly, again, I keep on saying that over and over again that it moves, on the 5 minute looks like but it's actually moving that fast. That's the thing, it's actually moving that fast. So it's like if I stay on the hour, it could rip 5% in one hourly bar. The index, right? The index liquidity is just not there. Sell side, buy side, both on buy and sell side, not the same. I just want to throw something else. Is there anything that you guys out there want me to see or take a look at? I can give you my best evaluation of something. If anyone wants a second opinion, again, nothing I really say is investment or trading advice. I'm not here to manage your money. I'm just here to stream because we're all stuck at home and provide some sort of normal kind of podcasting here that maybe is alternative to these talking heads on Bloomberg. Hey, what's up, buddy? How are you doing? Hey, so I've been talking a lot about the SPY. This chart right here on top is the SPY. So essentially, I think that if we break out here today, that is make a higher high than on Friday's high, there's a possibility we run to 270 on SPY, like 2,700 on SPX. And I think it's because of the Fed and the politics that's pushing this up and the drying up of sellers. But I don't think this necessarily could be a V-shaped recovery bottom. I like a double bottom or a cup and handle bottom more. I don't believe in the V bottom, but how long will it take, right? So let's look at oil. Oil had a V-shaped bottom, but it took them many years to come back to where it is now. Um, who knows, right? Who knows for the short term? I'm sorry, for the short term, who knows where it will go? Higher up, 270, or down from here? Because we are again making lower highs, but we're making higher lows, so we're coiling. But I want you to be caution, right? Caution is here on the short side. Yes, you will make money, but there's also you can sit on your hands and not do anything. My opinion here, the intraday trade from 11 o'clock is too short. Why? There's the line right there that's yellow, 297, Trump pop. It will not go above the Trump pop. As long as things are bad, it will not go above the Trump pop. If it does, that's crazy shit to me. Yeah, so if you guys want to hop on my Discord, throw up my Discord right now. So that's an interview or invite for the Discord. If you guys want to hop on the voice chat, you guys can talk to me on there. Yeah, so if you guys do get back onto in Discord, I'm trying to figure out how to add it to OBS still. But so I'll mess around with that tomorrow. I'll try to get a little bit more people here on my Discord like we did back in the day. But right now, let's focus more on the trades here. So we have a little pop here, a little bit of consolidation here on that Trump line pop. Let's see where it goes from here. Again, we're looking on the 1 hour. We're getting dangerously close to where that line breaks. I don't know. Are you the guy from Kazakhstan? I don't remember. I don't remember a lot of people's names, but if you're the guy from Kazakhstan, I'll remember you. See this on the hourly? This to me looks like a bull flag, right? Uzbekistan, that's right. Uzbekistan, that's right. Yeah, I definitely remember you. What's up, dude? How are you? No, long time for sure. Hey, let me mess around with my settings on OBS and maybe we can talk a little bit more. Let me just try to get this stream connected to uh uh okay. Actually, did anyone hear that on the stream? Anyone else hear that? Audio output capture. This is stupid. It won't let me select my fucking Discord. This is ridiculous. Let me double check. Uh, 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 uh. Yo, can you talk real quick and see if I can pick you up? Yo, my dude from Uzbekistan, can you talk real quick? Leo. Okay, it's not working. I'm not too sure how to fix this. I'm trying to make it so we can hear you on the stream too as well. No, it's not your side, it's my side. Okay, perfect. It should be working now. It should be working. They should be able to hear you. We'll figure this out. I'll figure this out next time. Yeah, everyone's just hearing me right now, but we'll figure it out. Um So you had a question about SPX. I'll try to help you as best as I can. Okay, so the question for you guys that couldn't hear the audio was that why is the market rising now that we're entering a period where the data is going to get more horrific? And I'm assuming that data talking about is related to the coronavirus. And I'll tell you why. It's because the market oversold. It sold off really hard in 1 month. And so I think shorts would naturally want to cover, and obviously longs would go in for the buy. But we also have to remember that $2 trillion was essentially ejected into the stock market, which is why a lot of people were very angry about why the government bailouts, how they were directed more towards the corporations than the people. And this is true. There was a substantial amount of money directed towards small businesses and corporations. And this is why the market's going up. And also the Fed. The Fed provides liquidity, right? If you don't have cash to buy things or cover your position, that's the issue, right? You want to sell off bonds, whatever, to get that cash. Um, well, the liquidity hasn't been there because back in September, you've been everyone has noticed the repos back in September, right? So the repos essentially is providing liquidity to banks overnight. And when the Fed says, I want to buy this, I want to buy that, and when they said, I want to buy ETFs, that is seen to be supported by, hedge funds are saying like, if I buy right now, I'll be helped by the government, right? That risk there is now being mitigated. And that's why we had a 20% pop. It's because that risk got mitigated. Essentially, it's getting pushed up artificially. It's all being manipulated. The Treasury, the Fed, everyone is manipulating this to the upside because who has the most to lose when the market crashes? It's because everyone has the most to lose, right? No one, the only people making money on the short side is either uh, a hedge fund or a day trader. Those are the only two people that make money. Anyone that that just buys and invests stocks will not go short. They may buy some options on the short side or write some options. They might indicate short selling in the near future, but they necessarily won't go short. And that's why I think we have this bounce here is because again, the people that thought there were bargains started to buy, right? If you're Boeing and you're getting a $10 billion bailout for say, just for example, I don't know how much it is, right? That's going to affect your equity price. You're going to be a lot more positive in your sentiment. The market is about sentiment, right? So at this point right now, we think that economics can get better. But I think in the end, the $1 trillion fiscal stimulus is going to fail. So I think it's going to go down. The question is how long? I said earlier today, an example again on oil. Oil crashed, what was 2014, 2015, didn't bottom out till a few years later. And then we're at the same price again, even lower than it was previously. So that took more than just a few years. That took 1 or 2 years, right? So that's pretty much why. The question is, yeah, yeah. Like the question is right now, right? When will this stop going up? Right? When will this stop going up? So we can use historical data, right? We're right now at the Trump pop. Trump popped this all the way up. Was it 270? And we can say probably it could retrace to 270 and drop from there. But who knows? It could drop from here. It can drop, you know, it can drop anywhere. It can pop from anywhere. That's the thing. We don't know what's coming next. That's why everyone's always with this uncertainty. If you're looking at the news, right? Uncertainty about whether or not the Fed plan will work. You don't think it's gonna work? I see. I don't think it's gonna work either. So because I think once again, this is human versus nature, and nature is gonna win. That's common sense for me. I think too, yeah. They even said 3 months at best. I agree, I agree. So we have, so for everyone that's just tuning in, we have someone else here on my Discord. Um, we're talking about essentially the $1 trillion stimulus right now, and John just asked how that money into the system will it will cause inflation, and that's also a reason why the market could go up. Essentially, the prices are getting inflated. As stupid as that sounds, right? But we also have to look at the dollar index, right? If the dollar goes up, it costs more to invest in the U.S. market. So you have these emerging markets out there. For example, just let's take one random country, China, because it's big, right? China wants to devalue its currency, so it's cheap compared to the U.S. dollar, right? If the Chinese yen is cheap against the U.S. dollar, it takes a lot more yen to invest in the U.S. stock market. So people are going to invest their money elsewhere. So that's the whole point with the dollar. If the dollar rips some strength, bonds go down. Uh, I'm sorry, bonds. Let me actually look at bonds. What's bonds doing? Because I haven't even looked at bonds today. Bonds are bullish. Yeah, like bonds should not be doing this. Like TOT went from 180 to 140 in a span of half a month. That's crazy for me because you got to realize how much money is in the bond market. Uh, it's nuts. And right now it's looking like it wants to keep going up. So who knows what it wants to do from here. So the reason why we rallied again, bonds are going up, yields are falling. If yields go up, then right, it's inverse. If the yields go up, the price of the bond falls. If the yield goes down, the price of the bond goes up. So let's look at the monthly bonds. Bonds broke out. There's no doubt bonds broke out on a multi-year level. It's even going past my 167 was my double clone. So do we bounce on 167? Not yet. Yeah, we kind of did. We gapped over it. Yeah, but I think bonds is pretty much what we're gonna be looking at least the big funds. I really don't think bonds is gonna trade normally. I think it trades too much like this kind of up and down motion. I think we'll just start ranging up here, like something like this for bonds. Because again, the Fed is gonna pin pin the bonds somewhere, wherever they need it to be. They're gonna pin the bonds. Let me go back to SPY because I'm a little more curious about that one. Also back to bonds, I want to mention too as well. The corporate bonds, right? Corporate bonds are getting bad. Ugh. So, guys, I'll try to make the Discord work tomorrow. Let's pay more attention. I'm gonna flip back to SPY real quick because it looks like it's kind of like coiling on the 5. So I'm gonna write here something on the screen. I'm gonna fetch breakfast real quick. Um, this is a possible right. So this will make us end up around this area if it breaks up. You're going to dinner right now? Okay. GMT plus 5. All right. But dude, no time for dinner. You gotta trade. Oh, okay. Oh, congratulations. How long have you guys been married? Everyone here. Awesome. That's good to hear. Well, I hope you and your family keep very, very healthy in Uzbekistan. How's it? Is it bad out there? How's it go? How's it doing? Coronavirus. Not that many, right? 144. Hmm. You guys think you have it on control? Because is the city you're in? You're in the capital, right? Okay. But but the thing is, even though you guys have bad infrastructure, I imagine the culture to be much different. Like people actually um, listen to the government, if that makes sense. Like it's because you have countries like America that don't listen to government. Like, but I feel like even it doesn't matter on how many people your country has or how your infrastructure is, as long as everyone listens to the fucking rules, stays inside, is able to live on food and nourishment, can pass time twiddling their thumbs. They're not again. Um, this is a big thing. It's not like we're at war, right? You're not sheltering at home. Maybe that's the case in the Middle East in some places, unfortunately. But you're in Uzbekistan. I'm assuming you're not in wartime. Everyone just needs to stay at home. That's it, right? And then we have Americans over here that are rich, that are wealthier than most people, think they can do whatever they want to do, and are leaving their homes, do whatever they want. And I've been guilty of this too, as well. So I think that's the big difference. I think that over on the Eastern cultures, right, especially like I would imagine former USSR states too as well. When they tell you to stay in the fucking home, you're gonna stay in the fucking home. You're not gonna. No one's gonna really fight back and protest it. That's correct. Um, yeah, you're just being told what you can do. So I think in that case, I mean, this is true. South Korea and Japan, they've almost, well, they haven't kept their numbers down. Well, they have kept their numbers down. They haven't eradicated it, but you'll see that the kind of culture like China, everyone's saying the numbers from China are fake. I do believe there are some points of the Chinese numbers that are fake, but it's not as crazy as everyone sounds because only a communist country can lock down like China. Like people that have never been to China or not familiar with Chinese culture do not realize the Chinese Communist Government (CCP) are more than within uh, their reaches of shutting a city down, forcing everyone to stay home. Right? No parks, nothing, groceries, nothing, delivery only. Like there's only a few countries can do that, and people are saying this is not real. That's the only way to defeat this virus before a vaccine is created. And that's why I agree with you, Leo, that um, for you guys just joining in, Leo's here on my Discord. I can't get my Discord to filter in through my OBS right now, so you guys can't hear him. Um, but essentially, we're talking about news is getting worse, right? Bad news is good news. Good news is bad news when it comes to the stock market. Sometimes we're just questioning when is this going to end? Like when is the bad news going to be bad news? Right? When you should quarantine the whole city of New York, when you had the possibility of that happening on Saturday, How do we get a rally that's a 3% rally in the market? To me, that sounds weird, but we'll see. We have, how much time we have left? We still have a lot of time. We have 4 more hours. It's noon. So I'm gonna try to get my Discord to work, guys. I'm gonna take a little break. Um, right, right, so the one position we called this morning, just short from, the one possible the 290s, the Trump short, right? Lower high, you can set your right here and set it to the open, right? 1.67 risk reward. Who knows? Maybe that'll come true. But we have a little bit more time. I'm gonna take a little break here, guys. Mute my mic, and see to if I can get this Discord to work. I'll be right back. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I can get this worked, but I'll try to figure it out tonight and how I can get the Discord to work. So I'll have a bunch of other people. I'll have a few more other people jump on here too with us. I have my few of my buddies jump on here too as well. So you got Yeah, it's gonna be like old times. We're all gonna be hiding out in our own homes. Good, 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 good. Just like old times. Oh, the market coming down just like a piece of shit in the afternoon. Oh, we love it. Okay, you're on the channel at 2:59. Honestly, think this will break. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, nice. You got a good short. Now I can't hear myself. So I don't know what's going on. Oh, here we go. I had to mute myself. Why did that short really mess it up? Gotcha. Okay, so Theo just said I vanished a couple years ago, and I did vanish. It's because I mean I just moved on. I mean there really wasn't any. I made some money. I wanted to work on my full times. I wanted to leave where I was living at. Um, yeah, a lot of different factors went into that. So it was take this trading was taking a huge toll on me. Yeah, a lot of people said I died and shit like that. I think it's pretty funny. But I did fear. I actually left America. I actually did leave America. I wasn't living in America in 2018. I legit just wasn't in the US. I was, yeah. So I was in China. I was in Southeast Asia. I was in Europe. I was over on the West Coast, quite oftenly, which is why I moved to LA eventually. Um, I was all over the place, to be honest with you. Just because of my no, it's because I made just as much money going long than buying, selling, selling, buying. I mean, like the stock market did very well when I stopped touching. So, I could work on my other things. For example, I founded a app that's now on OS and also Android. It's called Womp. Um, so I was able to do things like that I didn't have the opportunity to instead of, living like a crackhead, essentially waking up early, staying up late, looking at my trades. That to me was fun for, like half a year, but I could not see myself doing it more than 1, 2, 3 years. I felt like active trading is more like a short stint than a long stint. Otherwise, you'll overtrade. And At that time, Trump won, right? We're 1 into Trump's, president's, right, and he was pretty much making everything do, make the stock market go up. So when you go long, I left, I got a good job, 6 figures, I was making good money, and that's why I decided on that. I like making twice as much money, right? Fixed and variable. Thank you. Yeah, and also, like, I bought real estate too. I do Airbnb now, which is making me 0 money right now, but I do own the home, so, um, not that huge of a loss. Uh, Other than I don't have any play money to play around. Honestly, my last few years of life has been kind of a movie. It's gotten to the point of almost pure absurdness that you say, "This is some dumb shit, Eric. You need to calm yourself down." Thanks, dude. That actually means a lot. I mean, I definitely don't regret any of it. I mean, this was definitely very hard to do, and to talk to 6 to 7 hours to people on the internet made me go crazy. I think I did go a little insane after when I did this last. That's why I'm saying, like, day trades, let's not do JNUG and, Nugget anymore. Let's concentrate on how we can get wealthy by going long. Yeah, that shit is fucked up. I kinda looked at it in the last few months, and it's been going up like 80%, down 60%, next day up 40%. I'd much rather trade the market because 'cause we're getting that kind of volatility here. But then the Fed ruined our plans on Monday by declaring they'll buy everything, so we're here, and we're flagging again. But right now we're in the American lunchtime, so I think and volume has been pretty light overall. Like, there hasn't been really a lot of selling or a lot of buying. Obviously, buying is overpowering, selling, but, the volume is not as intense. Come over to Los Angeles, or maybe after the US gets infected with this coronavirus, I'll come over to China, and then I'll hop the border to Uzbekistan. I don't know how far you guys away from China, but you got it's bordering? It's Uzbekistan bordering? I don't know my geographics. Th Oh, the other stands. Gotcha. So, dude, the looks like the bull flag broke to the upside. So it's pulling now. See, this is the pop. So if this doesn't break out here, It's going down. If it's going up, trigger out, done. I'm gonna take a look at Boeing real quick. Boeing's going up. That's why. Because Boeing's being the person, or I'm sorry, the entity that's been pushing up the Dow last week, and the Dow getting pushed up last week pushed up everything last week. But right now, I think the Nasdaq is leading. But Boeing should be a good health of how, um, it should be an indicator of how good the stock market's doing in terms of the stimulus bill. As long as no um, higher highs printed. So the higher high on SPY would be 260.8. It We can't go above 260.8, which is 1 point here on SPY. And I think if it does break up here, we can long to 270. In my opinion, the market's just like fucking around. Fucking around. I think so too. Yeah, I agree. But then again, like in the last 30 minutes, especially, anything can happen. It's what I've been observing in the last, 6 days of trading. Like a 2 to 3% move. So, I mean, it kinda looks like it's getting rejected, 'cause I would expect it to be running right now, 'cause it just broke out. But again, we're observing this on the 5, so this 5 is a really shitty picture, I think. Again, if this does go up, I think it hits 270. That's the thing. So it's flagging again. Let's see. Because now what I see now is if this flag breaks to the downside, we have this head and shoulders now, right? But we're still have this line right here, right? Well, we just gotta see what's gonna happen at post lunch because right now, was it like 12:30 right now, Eastern time? So lunchtime for sure, especially people that woke up, worked at home, aka watch TV at home. I can watch him molest this dry here if it wants to break out or not. Let's just say SPY closes up twice up from here, 5%. What then? Also, Italian numbers are coming out in 30 minutes, or they might already be out. Let's double check. And we have a new high of the day. Corona cases are falling 4,000 in, Italy. However, Italy's death count. Italy has 4,050 new cases, 812 new deaths, raising total count to 101 and 11.5 thousand dead. Maryland governor issues stay-at-home order. Japanese denies entry to many other countries. Oh news, oh news, oh news. All right, so essentially we have to wait it out for the U.S. to come back from this. And I want to go back on your one point, Leo, back to if this market drop. What if it just goes up from here? What if we just start seeing declining cases here in the US? I don't know. You know, I think so too. I think it's just being pushed too artificially. You know what I mean? Like there's too much support for the Bulls. I just want to find some kind of range. Some kind of but that's going to take time. That's probably going to take all of March to find us a good trading range and establish new levels and everything. Because obviously it was oversold last week. On Monday it was oversold. Because Monday, if I do remember correctly, we actually dropped into a circuit breaker on Monday. Last Monday. Oh yeah, I'm still very bearish. Very bearish. I agree with you. Okay, Leo. Okay, Leo. I'll be here. Leo's gonna take off for a little bit. I've been talking to him on Discord. Again, I'll get the Discord feature to work tomorrow, hopefully, so we can all hear each other talk. Those that want to be online, of course, and we can have the old boiler-like room once again. Start off slow. Let's ease back into it because I'm still half asleep, to be honest with you. But this market action just I cannot not get up at 6 in the morning here today. Crazy, right? 3% to the upside. Fucking 25K in QQQ in the morning. Boom, boom, boom. Almost got yourself a grand for the week. And I want to throw something else out there too as well. If you're playing with leverage instruments during this time, it's probably not a good idea because not only do these things swing hard, there's a lot of decay in these too as well. It doesn't matter what It is. Could be JNUG, could be UVXY, could be anything. As long as it's tracking something, it will be decay, especially the futures. Especially if it's leveraged. I'm gonna go ahead and be right back. Let's get back here on the daily and see what's going on here. Right, some crazy looking candles here. Crazy looking candles. This is the top trend. It's only a 2-day trend, so that's why it could be considered to be weak. This is the hourly. $261. We hit that today on SPY. That's a new higher high, and now it's almost guaranteed to go to 270 tomorrow, in my opinion. I don't know what this fuck this is in the 5 minutes. It seems like it's coiling and wants to go up, but right. So we have this trend line here. So you would think, just like on Tuesday, this pops and runs. But we won't know this until the last 10 minutes, which is the hardest thing, right? The last 10 minutes, they put up a huge green bar. That's gonna be totally different, right? So we gotta see if this one wants to pop and run. Right? There's a big pull right here. So if we measure this move, that puts us exactly around 288. So, matter of fact, this measure move puts us around up here. What I'm hoping it'll do that. Because I think the time here, I'm trying to look for like a cup and handle or something like that. Like something like that. But I mean, like, it doesn't have to do what I want to do, right? We already had a day or two of retracement. So I'm gonna move my Trump line up about right here. Because that's actually the level feel like it's not being a break right here, right? So because it's moving a lot sideways here, there's another triangle here. These triangles usually break to the downside. Right, we have a higher high, lower low. Do we see any divergence? Yes. We see MACD coming upwards. We see the price still lower at their highs. So I can chart out both ways. I can chart out a bear scenario and a bullish scenario. Whatever triggers is the one we're going with. So if we do get a new high here, we're going long tomorrow. No question. I mean, the triangle has broken out already, so I'm expecting a big pop to coming at any time now. Right, like this, I feel like right now it's just like not doing what the trend day is. I mean, we are in the bear market supposedly. It's just doing what looks like happens in a bull market. And dips, you buy the dip and it goes up. Then kind of just stalls and just kind of like channels. All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off here because it looks like everyone, the viewers should drop down. I'm gonna have a quick dinner, figure out Discord, and I'll be jumping right back on. I'll be jumping on at the end of the day, hopefully in 2 more hours, noon here in Los Angeles, 3 p.m. in New York City. Stay safe, stay healthy, and good luck on everyone's trades.